Closet Factory, the art of organization.
Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, terrifying moment on the tarmac. VP nominee Mike Pence's plane skidding off a New York runway after landing in a storm. The airport shutting down. Emergency crews on the scene.
Was pretty close to grave danger, but I just spoke to Mike Pence, and he's fine.
The safety measure that prevented disaster. Governor Pence joins us this morning.
Breaking right now, our brand new poll shows a 4-point race as Hillary calls on her most powerful weapon, joining Michelle Obama on the trail for the first time.
She is absolutely ready to be commander-in-chief on day one, and yes, she happens to be a woman.
The First Lady dancing with the nominee with just 11 days to go.
The family of Chandra Levy speaking out after that bombshell interview with former Congressman Gary Condit, breaking his silence about the intern's murder and the accusations that cost him his career. The question he refuses to answer.
Dr. Phil, I haven't, answered that question publicly for 15 years, and I'm not going to change my position.
Now her mother is responding this morning.
The ultimate party crashers, the Bachelor blowout weekend that took a surprising turn when an abandoned dog smelled bacon.
Next thing you know, we look over and there's a dog sitting at our front door.
The surprising discovery that led to this.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Good morning, America. Happy Friday. Well, that is a different kind of bachelor party.
You say that?
Yeah. You go there and celebrate your friend get married, you basically come home married. That's awesome. That's great. And we had a great moment yesterday as well when we kicked off our giant dog adopt-a-thon Thursday. And check out how this dog reacted while it was watching our adopt-a-thon. I think it's saying, take that one home. Yes.
We get so many people that tweet us pictures of their dogs watching us in the morning.
I had some trouble at home. My dog smelled all those other dogs all over me, and they were not happy about it.
We're going to have much more on all of that ahead. But first, we want to get to the breaking news overnight. You're looking live at VP candidate Mike Pence's plane on the ground at LaGuardia Airport here in New York. After that scary landing, we're going to hear from him in a moment. He's going to talk to George. But first, ABC's David Curley has the latest. He's there at LaGuardia for us this morning. Good morning, David.
Morning, Robin. This is the end of the runway right behind me, and crews were working until just a few minutes ago cleaning up where this jet ended this very dangerous incident.
Overnight,
we have an emergency in the airport.
The Boeing 737 campaign plane of vice presidential candidate Mike Pence skidded right off the end of the rainy runway at New York City's LaGuardia Airport.
Tower, the aircraft is off the runway on the right side of the arrestor bed. It looks like it's intact.
Emergency crews, rescue teams flooding the scene, seeing that the jet had hit the safety barrier, tore through it, and ended up on the grass next to a roadway.
I heard a noise. I didn't know what it was. I looked up and I saw this Trump-Pence plane making a noise, screeching, and it came to a stop right here.
None of the reporters, staff, or the candidate was hurt, and they exited out the back of the jet. At a late-night rally in Ohio, Donald Trump telling supporters about Pence's plane accident.
The plane skidded off the runway and was pretty close to grave danger, but I just spoke to Mike Pence, and he's fine.
Governor Pence giving reporters the thumbs up as he entered his hotel after the accident.
Okay.
Our campaign reporter, Inez de la Quintera, was on that plane and says the touchdown was not smooth.
We felt kind of a big bump upon landing and then felt the plane kind of skid off the runway. You could tell something was wrong, although it was raining, so we couldn't see anything out of our windows. The governor then came back to talk to us and asked us if everybody was okay. And that's when we realized something was wrong, because he told us that there was mud on his windows.
It was 7:40 p.m. with some wind and rain when the aircraft approached the runway. As it neared the end of that runway, it ran into the emergency material called an arrestor bed.
It's designed to slow the airplane down quickly if the airplane were going off the runway. Basically, lightweight crushable concrete prevented what could have been a disaster.
While no one was hurt, it was a travel nightmare at one of New York's major travel hubs. LaGuardia Airport's runways shut down for nearly 2 hours.
We've got one runway that is open. Planes are landing and departing. We're going to be working with the NTSB and with the private contractor tonight to come up with a plan to remove the aircraft.
So as you've seen, the aircraft has been removed, and we saw these crews working to clean up all that concrete that this jet ripped through. The NTSB is on the scene, Robin. They will be investigating today, talking to the crew about what happened during that landing that ended up right here at the end of the runway.
I want to get some answers. You mentioned about that concrete that's ripped up behind you, the arrestor bed. Many have never heard about that before, David. It uses a special material. How exactly does it work?
So as Steve Gagnon mentioned, it's a lightweight concrete, or concrete that they can get air into it. So it's hard but soft. So when something really heavy hits it with energy, it kind of gives way. The concrete gives way and absorbs the energy, so it stops the jet from running into that fence that you see right behind me and onto this roadway.
It did its job last night, thankfully so. All right, David, thank you very much. George?
Okay, Robin, thanks. I am here with Governor Pence. Governor, thanks for joining us this morning. You look okay this morning.
Yeah,
but
we're
pretty
great.
Scary few seconds inside that plane. Take us inside.
Well, it was, it was a low ceiling, and we came in, and it was a landing at LaGuardia, and we just immediately felt heavy braking on the runway, and plane fishtailed a little bit, and just for a few seconds, you could feel us bouncing off, and with mud splattered up on the windows, we figured we were off the runway, but thank God everybody was fine.
But that collapsing runway worked the way it was supposed to work.
That's what they told me when we got off. We saw all the broken concrete, George, and I'm just really grateful for some quick action, not only by the pilots, but also by first responders who were literally, it seemed like they were on the scene at LaGuardia before the aircraft even came to a halt. And, my son's a Marine Corps aviator, and Michael always tells us every landing you walk away from is a good one.
No question about that. Thank goodness for that. You're back on the trail today.
Thanks. We are.
And some good news in our new tracking poll shows a 4-point spread right now. But the latest dollar numbers show a huge deficit for you in your campaign. The Clinton campaign has about $62 million on hand. The Trump campaign only about $16 million. Is it time for Mr. Trump to write that check and close the gap?
Well, he'll make that decision. But I'll tell you what, the strength of this campaign is not dollars and cents. It's really the American people who I think are rallying behind Donald Trump's message to make America great again. I mean, I see it at rallies as I campaign for Donald Trump. You see those enormous crowds that are coming out and hearing him. But I really think it's the message. I think it's the agenda. And I think it's the fact that in Donald Trump, the American people have seen and sensed a leader who literally has the strength and the ability to change the direction of this country.
Part of the message is getting through is this message about a rigged election. There's a poll yesterday in USA Today that showed that more than 2/3 of your supporters think the election results can be manipulated. Do you believe that?
Well, what I believe is, obviously, George, you've been at this a long time. I mean, there certainly have been instances throughout our lifetime and throughout history of voter fraud, and this is a good time for people to
election.
Well, I don't anticipate that that's the case, but it's a good time for people, whether you're Republican or Democrat or independent, to find a respectful way to participate in the election process, to vote, and also to be a part of the polling. Frankly, what a lot of people are talking about on the campaign trail is the news from the administration that we're going to see an average of 25% increase in the premiums for Obamacare. I think that's been startling and jarring to the American people. They know we can do better. They know we can do better than Hillary Clinton's plan to introduce more single-payer and more government solutions. Donald Trump and I will repeal Obamacare, and we'll bring free market solutions, more consumer choice. We'll drive down the cost of health insurance without growing the size of government. That's what the American people want to see happen.
You mentioned the release of those emails by WikiLeaks. The U.S. intelligence agencies has all determined that Russia is behind it. Donald Trump refuses to accept that. Do you accept the conclusions of the U.S. intelligence agencies? Do you have any reason to doubt them?
Well, I think there's certainly strong evidence of that effect, and frankly,
that Russia's behind it.
Well, the recent mega hacking, though, came from a non-government source. I think Donald Trump and I, should we have the privilege of serving, we're going to follow the facts on that. And certainly there's going to be very strong consequences if any state actor is involved in
You don't accept the conclusion that Russia is behind it?
Well, I think there is significant intelligence to support that, but we want to follow the facts on that. But I think beyond that issue is what's in the emails, which has been uncontroverted, and we see this particularly in the last several days. This large, what they're calling now Clinton Incorporated, where you had major contributors to the Clinton Foundation that were also then encouraged to hire Bill Clinton to provide him with personal income, all while many of those same interests were lobbying the State Department. It's the kind of pay-to-play politics the American people are tired of, and it's kind of pay-to-play politics that'll end the day that Donald Trump becomes president.
Final stretch here. How do you turn this around?
Well, I don't think there's any turning around. I think we're coming out of the fourth turn. I think we're wheel to wheel. I think it's hammered down, and when we're going to sprint to the checkered flag. And I got to tell you, the enthusiasm we feel out there, the American people want change. The other side basically says, if you like your status quo, you can keep it. Donald Trump offers real change for a stronger America at home and abroad, and I couldn't be more honored to be standing shoulder to shoulder with him.
Governor Pence, we're glad you're okay.
Thank you
for coming in. Robin?
All right, George, thank you. As you just saw, we have a new ABC News tracking poll. The race staying close as First Lady Michelle Obama joins Hillary Clinton on the trail for the first time. The two bonding over their shared experience as First Ladies and their vision for America. ABC's Cecilia Vega has more from Westchester, New York. Good morning, Cecilia.
Robin, good morning to you. There's something else Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton bonded over: Donald Trump. And with this close race, Hillary Clinton is now on a tour of battleground states in this final push. You can see her plane ready to go right here behind me. Next stop, Iowa. On stage together for the first time this election, former rivals turned friends.
Among the many real privileges I've had is to see the President and the First Lady dance. Oh, wow, one could only hope.
Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama before a packed house in North Carolina.
Seriously, is there anyone more inspiring than Michelle Obama?
One of Clinton's largest rallies of this entire campaign.
As our first African-American First Lady, she's faced pressures I never did. And she's handled them with pure grace.
But on this stop,
Michelle Obama!
Clinton was the opening act.
Yeah, that's right. Hillary doesn't play. She has more experience and exposure to the presidency than any candidate in our lifetime. Yes, more than Barack, more than Bill. So she is absolutely ready to be commander-in-chief on day one. And yes, she happens to be a woman.
And in a sign of just how confident the Clinton campaign is feeling, Politico is reporting this morning that Vice President Joe Biden is on a short list of possible Secretary of State picks if she is elected. George, they are looking well past Election Day right now.
But we still have several days to go. Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to that Wisconsin college student under arrest this morning, facing multiple sexual assault charges and new accusations as police revealed details from his notebooks. ABC's Lindsay Davis is here with the story. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning to you, George. One by one, more women are coming forward. Several say Cook raped them. But Cook's attorneys are calling this a modern-day character assassination.
This morning, the University of Wisconsin is caught in a sex scandal firestorm as one of its students faces a string of sexual assault charges.
I've seen him around campus a lot. I just hope that he gets brought to justice.
Now suspended from campus, 20-year-old Alec Cook was arrested last week after a fellow student claimed he raped her for more than 2 hours at his Madison apartment earlier this month. Those charges have opened the floodgates to new claims by 4 other women who also accuse Cook of sexually assaulting them. Now dozens of women are coming forward to police about their alleged encounters with the real estate and urban land economics major.
It's scary. He lived a few floors from me.
Investigators say they discovered a black leather notebook inside a nightstand drawer in his apartment. On its pages, disturbing details of the women he'd allegedly met and what he wanted to do to them. In this photo, we see a checklist including what makes her special, color of eyes, and even this box labeled killed. But Cook's attorneys are firing back, insisting any encounters were consensual, and say the nature of Cook's journal entries was plain innocent.
There was no woman named, there was no description of violent fantasy, there was nothing of that nature.
Cook is now behind bars. His bail is set at $200,000. He has yet to enter a plea to the more than a dozen felony counts against him. His next court date is set for November. George.
Okay, Lindsay, thanks. Let's go to Amy with today's other top stories. He's starting out with this protest that turned violent overnight.
That's right, George. More than 140 people have been arrested after police in riot gear clashed with protesters at the site of an oil pipeline in North Dakota. Police say the crowd was blocking roads, lighting fires, and even throwing homemade explosives at the officers. The protesters say the pipeline under construction will endanger drinking water and disturb Native American burial sites. Well, a jury in Oregon has acquitted rancher Ammon Bundy and 6 other men behind the armed occupation of a national wildlife refuge last winter. Bundy claimed the takeover was an act of civil disobedience to protest the government's management of public land. The Bundys still face charges for a standoff in Nevada back in 2014. And in San Diego, the Coast Guard has offloaded 39,000 pounds of cocaine seized from drug smugglers off the coast of Central America. Coast Guard officers have confiscated nearly $6 billion of the drug this year, and that is a record. And a big surprise for a woman from Oregon. First, her car was stolen. Then it was returned with an apology note and some cash. Erin Hotsey posted the surveillance video online, hoping to find the thief. Well, it turns out the woman who drove away was picking up her friend's red Subaru in the same neighborhood and took the wrong red Subaru. Police tell our ABC station in Portland that some older Subarus have interchangeable keys. The woman returned Erin's car with that apology note, $30 in gas money. But I love the first line of her apology note. Hello, so sorry I stole your car. So
Interchangeable keys?
Yes, that's probably the biggest concern there. I mean, the fact that that could happen. But at least you had a good, responsible neighbor who made the switch back.
I'm thinking about $30 in gas money. How far did she go before she brought the car back?
She's being generous.
Well, we don't know how far she went, but we know one thing. Both of these baseball teams have gone a long way. And if you haven't heard, the World Series is back in Chicago, everybody. The Cubs are gearing up for the first championship game there in 71 years. The fans are fired up. The energy is crazy. And in Cleveland with the Indians, as ABC's Alex Perez, oh, he's in Chicago. Alex, what is the energy like out there in Chicago?
Yeah, that's right, Michael. Good morning to you. Yes, we are in Chicago, and you can literally feel the energy here at Wrigley Field and across this city. The Cubs have not played in a World Series since 1945, so you can imagine the anticipation here. Now, if you just look around, the stands are empty right now, but you can feel that energy from the fans sort of everywhere you look around here right now. Now, one of the things that they're going to be looking at here is just the prices of the tickets here. They are talking about Super Bowl prices for the tickets, about $3,000 averaging for a ticket. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people are watching the game at home. The series is shattering ratings records. To give you an idea, some of the bars here around Wrigley Field, they're charging anywhere from $200 to $300 a person tonight just to walk in. The other big story here at Wrigley, the Cubs comeback kid Kyle Schwarber, well, he was not medically cleared to play on the field, but we could possibly see him as a pinch hitter. Guys, back over to you.
$200 to $300 just to go to the bar?
Wow.
Well, is it an open bar?
I don't think so.
Not.
Oh, man. All right. Thank you, Alex. And Ginger, here in the Northeast, we're feeling the cold weather, the snow in some places.
Right?
So you've been tracking it all. 2
inches of snow in parts of Hartford County, and then you go up to Massachusetts. More than 6 inches of snow fell. Now it's going to be windy and cold, at least for one day behind it. But some big time warming I'll talk about in just a bit. Let's go to the weekend getaways now, though. Brought to you by Downey.
I love you so much. That's why I bought 6 of you, for when you stretch out.
I want you to stay this bright blue forever. That's why you'll stay in this drawer forever.
I can't live without you. And that's why I'll never, ever wash you.
Protect your clothes from the damage of the wash with Downey Fabric Conditioner. It not only softens and freshens, it helps protect clothes from stretching, fading, and fuzz. So your favorite clothes stay your favorite clothes. Downey Fabric Conditioner. Wash in the wow.
Well, cool today, just a little cooler than average, but climbing temperatures through the weekend. So today we'll be going up to 60 degrees after, well, not as cold of a start. Our winds today could gust to 25 miles per hour, but look at this upcoming weekend. Your average high temperature, typically in the upper 60s, will be in the upper 70s on Sunday. And right now it is looking dry, but warm for the Marine Corps Marathon for the runners out there. Dry for Halloween, the high 62.
And coming up, Chandra Levy's family speaking out after that blockbuster interview with